We do have a special guest backstage. Wow, man, the real AJ. Holy cow. It seems like today he has blessed us, man. He's blessed us with his presence. So, chat, please give a an uproar, man. A very, very large and welcoming welcome to AJ, man. Let's go ahead and bring in AJ. AJ, how you doing, man?
How are you guys?
Great.
Good. How are you, AJ?
You can hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right. So I want to start off by apologizing specifically to Plur and Rock Solid. You know,
Why?
I didn't mean to dismiss either of you. The last time I was on, Rock Solid, I can tell you're a kind-hearted guy. You know, I hate that you think I accused you of FUD. You know,
I think you're just having fun with it,
Yeah, that wasn't my intention, and one of the
Right.
reasons I hope we squeeze is for you and your family. And Plur, the last time, I was trying to exit, I thought you were saying goodbye to me. I didn't realize you wanted to ask me something. So, sorry for the way I left. It was just a misunderstanding.
AJ is a stand-up guy, man. AJ is a leader, man, for sure.
I'm socially regarded, though. Something I want to make clear to the community. I want to remind everyone that I'm just a regular guy. Someone once commented somewhere that, they don't understand the hype around me, and to be honest, I don't either. I'm just a nerd who's trying to make some money.
Because we love you, man, on the fucking show. All right, fuck what other people think, man. All right, if we love you, we fucking love you, man, and that's it. You know,
I consider all of you, all of you, even the shills. I love you guys. This is the family that I come to watch.
Right on.
And I look forward to seeing you guys. And I'm just trying to invest in a way that benefits society. I'm not trying to swing trade tobacco stocks. I love memes. I love dick jokes. Those. I'm a degenerate, and I can also smell a life-changing opportunity to fuck some short hedge funds and save a part of America. So it's just my way of fighting back against the system. The one that's designed to suppress our advancement. So one thing that does differentiate me, though, from most normal quote people is that I am fearless. So I know we're all risk takers. And we all have big money on the line, but unlike a lot of people, I'm not scared, not in the slightest. I'm bullish beyond repair. And it's because I see the greater plan. I understand it very well. A lot of us do. And we've been studying this company for over a year. We can see right through the bullshit shillery and the propaganda. So they know they're fucked as much as we do. Is the company going through a Chapter 7 liquidation or not? No, fucking pay us.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
If you rely on pure logic and nothing else, when you factor out the worry and take into account all the evidence that we've collected and picked apart as a community, you realize, it's just a matter of time before we all get vindication. Before we squeeze these motherfuckers, these fucks that have been abusing us psychologically, relentlessly, for a year, just because, we want to buy and hold Bed Bath & Beyond. That's our crime.
Right.
So don't let anyone, ever convince you that, you were lucky when we finally get a proper short squeeze. If you invested and you held your shares and you fought back against misinformation every day, you did your research, you had it peer reviewed, then, you not only earned the money, but you earn the right to be confident in your financial decision as well. So I'm betting my life savings, this is going to be the greatest fucking investment of the century. And I don't think any other stock other than GameStop probably has received this amount of attention, scrutiny, debate, analysis, and we're such a large and diverse retail base, right? So the hive mind is what gives me that confidence. So, to be honest, I personally don't even need any more evidence. I feel like we've always been I've always suspected that this is a sophisticated bear trap. We've had that idea passed around, and we're at the trigger. This is the part of the story where pressure is finally being put on that trigger. Like literally any day now, we're going to get the full details of this company sale and the birth of Teddy, right? So I don't need more data. Yeah, I've read enough, and my intuition, it's dead certain this is the fucking play. This is the play that's going to break the market and finally put an end to naked short selling. It's our investment that's going to bring about that outcome. So everyone's going to be hearing, what we regards did, and we had to put up with, and to violate these hedge fucks out of business.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to remind everyone, RC's a mastermind. You think he's decided to settle as a customer service representative, for
Mm-hmm.
GameStop? No, don't mistake his kindness for weakness. He tells you he's building Teddy, an Amazon competitor.
Yeah, and he's also in control of the mergers and acquisitions over there as well over
Yeah.
at GME. Real quick, let me read this off here.
Go ahead, man.
We got 10 memberships, man, for the PP show. Appreciate the love from Escrow Term. Appreciate it, man. Glad you love the show, man. If you got a PP show membership, be sure to give thanks. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah. So I was saying RC thinks years ahead, so I hate this ridiculous, impression that some people have that, having a strategy for your business ahead of time is somehow securities fraud. As if, the whole fucking reason we're in this play against short sellers isn't in and of itself the greatest story of securities fraud ever told.
It's really
Right?
not, because like really nothing stops anyone from coming together being like, hey, if this company is being shorted to death, I mean, what stops anyone from coming together and going in on a deal, right? I mean, there's
Exactly.
right. Yeah.
RC caught these fuckers with their shorts down,
Yeah, and
and
they
it's
happen to be short, right? So
and
it's
it's up
like,
to us to fuck them,
yeah,
right? It's
right.
like our role is to buy and hold and not financial advice, but we have to trust in his competence as a business negotiator and an executive. So, like, when he sold Chewy in 2017, it was the largest e-commerce acquisition of all time. When that happened, like, think about that. And then he goes on to pull off one of the most amazing company turnarounds the business world has ever seen. So he did the impossible and made GameStop the profitable company that it's today. And look, whether you admit it or not, he's led us here. Okay, let's be honest.
Mhm.
He had a whole year to deny any involvement, but instead we get NFTs of like Teddy Roosevelt fucking teasing us with another wink.
Mhm.
For his master plan to succeed, I believe we just needed to buy and hold Bed Bath and Beyond. And obviously he can't come out and say that directly, but you can't argue that he pushed those legal boundaries to drop these hints, and he left it up to us to decipher, everything.
Mhm.
So, about today's news. So lots of people are acting like, this news about overstock.com, they're acting like the deal's done. It's signed, it's consummated, the sale went for $21 million, and stop asking questions. Now, you can point literally to the most recent 8K that emphasizes, nothing's set in stone. But I want, at the same time, everyone to consider a few things. When we saw the details of the Teddy trademarks, and they included, products sold at Bed Bath, like sheets and towels and whatnot,
Yeah.
it kind of already implied a rebranding, right, of the home goods business to Teddy, right? That's obvious. And so we already had knowledge, what I think, we already had knowledge that RC wanted to retire the Bed Bath brand from his vision of G-Merica. He wants the logistics, the supply chain operations, likely some of the profitable stores. And with that said, the brand itself has value. Everyone knows that. And even more so now that we have this war on Target. So it makes sense to sell the intellectual property rights if you plan, at the same time, to leverage that opportunity, misdirect and confuse everyone once again, like the board's been doing for a year. So all we've seen is misdirection. And that's what RC and that's what Carl Icahn are known for. So my point is, remember, there's a dual purpose for RC. It's to acquire, the company's crown jewel, Bye Bye Baby, and to fuck the shorts properly. And another point I want to make, and so neither he nor the board would offer Bed Bath and Beyond's branding to any unfriendly, right? So remember, they want the business to survive. So to me, it's especially bullish that it's overstock.com. It's especially bullish that that's what was chosen, in this case by Bed Bath, because it signaled something to me. How do you not see the symbolism? So Region Formal is he's by far my favorite DD writer. I think he's brilliant.
Me
But
too, man.
yeah,
Me fucking too. Love his shit, man.
I love his, every time I see those. I mean, it's the first comment always, the blue squares, right? It just makes us happy.
Yeah, we got some blue squares to go over today as well.
I love to hear it.
Yeah.
But he titled his post today on the main sub something like, there's nothing in the stalking horse bid that indicates a reward for BBBY
Yeah,
holders.
still Lambos or food stamps. The
Yeah,
good, plenty to be optimistic about, though, as many snippets pointing to more bids potentially coming and possibly multiple winning bids in the end, is what he says.
yeah, but I kind of I respectfully disagree with that framing
Okay.
because of all the bidders. I mean, I love what's written in the DD, but the title itself, the way that we didn't get anything out of this disclosure, I don't think that's correct. Of all the bidders that they could have selected, the decision that they know we've all been waiting for, they chose fucking overstock.com. So to me, it was a bullish indication that they do have shareholders in mind. And they didn't just sell the IP to Sycamore Partners or another Hudson Bay Capital like character or anyone who hears overstock.com immediately thinks about, their prominent history fighting naked short sellers. Whether it's the same CEO, whether he's still in place or not, it's irrelevant. It's the company's legacy,
Right.
right? So to me, the indication of reward comes from the message that's being sent by selecting overstock.com, the only company to successfully beat short sellers in litigation.
Yeah.
So whether or not they actually get the bid, I don't know. I still believe they're using this news as yet another opportunity to misdirect. That's all I know. And I believe RC is going to make his move, to carve out baby, regardless, at the appropriate time. And at that point, we're going to squeeze these short fucks, regardless. So I don't think today's price drop was people paper handing on this news.
It rebounded too. I mean, it went to
rebounded
19 cents. It's like, I think it was even before after hours that it was already like rebounding. So I mean, yeah.
And we heard worse news. We literally went through the news that Bed Bath & Beyond filed for bankruptcy, and we still held on.
I was looking around too. Like I saw the dump today, this afternoon. I started looking for any kind of article that signifies any form of a dump, and I'm like, oh, there's not shit. So it must just be like a bunch of bullshit, right? And then about an hour later, there it is, retracing back up to about 0.20, 0.21, close at 0.21, and then after hours there was some little bit of volume, and it caused it to spike up another cent. But
it was pretty obvious to me it was a short attack. And
absolutely.
Yeah, and we know that because look, there was a 45% increase in the borrowing cost today. Some people see, it went from 11.2 to 16.25. But you shouldn't misconstrue that as a 5% increase. That's actually a 45% increase in a single day, right? So that's the kind of jolt that starts happening before a big movement.
Right.
And anyone who's been in this play long enough knows that. So we'll see if that trend continues. But think about it logically. If they felt so compelled to short this aggressively on this news, then it means it's good news for us. If we were supposedly in the process of being wiped out, why would they short the stock? It's going to zero, right? So if it's because it's fucking bullish news, they just keep making it cheaper for everyone to buy more, and the squeeze is inevitable in my mind. It's a bear trap.
And remember, there's a lot of people on the side who have capital, that are watching this go down and most likely will play it. You know what I mean? I mean, there's some people whose risk tolerance are just as high as ours, but they don't want to play, the possibility of it still, coming down and stuff like that. So I don't doubt that there is an army of people, man, with capital ready to jump on this fucking thing. There just has to be some form of an announcement or something to give it that kind of, guarantee that they'll get their return. And I think people will get in, man. Emotional damage with the $2. I bought more today, going to hold till AJ says so.
No, don't do that. No. I also bought more today. I said I wouldn't, but I couldn't help it. It dipped below 20 cents, and I was
How many shares is it now that you have, man?
109,000. 109,000.
109,000.
Yeah,
and
just about $1.30 something.
Okay, so it knocked down a little bit with that.
Yeah, but I'm very happy with them. A lot of you guys have this like insane cost basis. Like some people would say, like, "Oh, I'm 20 cents or 23 cents."
That's very impressive. I just recently
amazing.
got mine under 70 cents, and that took forever, man.
I can almost guarantee you, PP, that they're probably going to sell before I do.
Most likely, yeah. I mean, I think a lot of
think
people. There's some people who say they can't wait to sell at $4, and I'm like, $4 man.
I was buying it. I was buying at $14.50. I was literally.
It's worth way more than that, man.
Absolutely. Everyone should make their own assessments.
Right.
study their own risk reward tolerance and, find an exit strategy that suits them. But I don't know. Am I allowed to talk about my personal?
Yeah, we'd love
Yeah.
to
So
hear it.
I personally believe that Bed Bath and Beyond is going to overshadow GME by several orders of magnitude. Right.
Wow.
And so look, if you already know, like this, I don't already know, but like I have a very strong suspicion,
Sure.
given what I do know, that this will be larger than GME. I'm personally setting my limit sells at 471 a share. That's where I'm starting
Oh my God,
because
AJ.
I know it
Holy
sounds crazy, but
shit.
I
I'm with you,
genuinely think
man.
we're going to surpass GME's all-time high. And
Wow.
a lot of people that tell you that, for that to happen, you need to have, a market cap of $200 billion. I want to remind you of how much excess liquidity is currently floating around,
Mhm.
and that's been built up, this powder keg that's been built up on this stock, and even beyond that, the fact that it was designed to produce this bang, in my opinion,
Yeah.
right? So we're gonna go. My opinion is that we're gonna pass GME's all-time high.
471. Wow.
And
Four
look,
bros too with $10. Appreciate the tip, man. Go ahead, AJ.
if you think I'm crazy, good on you for recognizing that. Everyone involved with or against this company is somehow crazy.
Right.
But we'll have the market mechanics decide who's right ultimately.
Mhm.
You once had this guy on the show who had been through the AMC squeeze,
Which
and
one was he?
he said he held on, it went to millions, and then it became a couple
Oh
hundred
man.
grand,
Yeah, I'm trying
and
to
he
remember what his name was. I
he
know
was
who you're
trying to
talking about.
he basically was trying to highlight the hesitation, like what are you going to do when the price starts running, right?
Mhm.
And I want to just highlight an important distinction between the sneezes that we were aware of, AMC and GME, and what's about to transpire with Bed Bath and Beyond. So AMC specifically, it sneezed because of hype and FOMO, right? After GME, after people made all their profits as well with GME, and with Bed Bath and Beyond, there's nothing fun about holding this stock. This is the short squeeze. It's not going to be triggered by hype. And maybe it's going to be fueled by hype when the announcement is made, but it's specifically going to be triggered because of a business transaction, that requires a forced closure. And a squeeze like that implies that short hedge funds have lost control. And when it's time for them to deliver, I think we need to adopt a mentality that reflects that we're now in control. The power's with the player. And so you might. I'm gonna hear a lot of shit being like, "This guy's deluded. He thinks it's gonna go over 400."
No, I don't think so at all,
Time's
man. I
gonna
mean,
tell.
if there's no shares available and the
Yeah,
right setup is there and the squeeze happens, it theoretically could go to infinite. So really
yeah,
it could go to 471 just
beyond.
as likely as it could go to 800, right? I mean, like,
I believe so. I see an epic and a fatal squeeze.
yeah.
It's going to be fatal to a lot of hedge funds. And I fought for every one of the shares I own. It wasn't easy. I mean, it's a large sum, but like I had to dig deep, and I also know what I'm holding.
Mhm.
I'm not going to give them cheap. So if they're oversold, you need my shares. It's as simple as that. Look, guys, I know you have a busy schedule, so I just wanted to pop in, say hello.
Right on.
Yeah, and
I
AJ, I got to add, you are a gentleman and a scholar,
I
and I
love you,
think
ABC.
why the reason chat loves you so much is just the way you carry yourself and you speak about it in such, I'm going to say, layman's terms, so to speak. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you showing up at this moment in time,
I
because
had to.
I had that feeling today too. There was a lot of misconstrued
Yeah,
viewings of the overstock deal, and whether it be a placeholder, whether it's just for the digital assets, we will find out very soon. And
yeah.
my scenario is that I believe within the next 3 weeks
Mhm.
will be the best time to be alive.
Yes.
We are going to find
Amen.
out
Amen.
incredible information, and all this anxiety and pain and suffering that we've been through
Fail.
needs to be rewarded accordingly. Because myself, I've been in this for 6 months. I
Yeah,
too have put my life savings on the line, and I
yeah.
am going to hold to make sure that I never even have to look at the pain that I went through during that 6 months.
Right on.
Right on.
AJ, before you leave, man, I think the legend King Kai's wants to come in and ask you a
Let's hear it.
question. So let him in real quick, and
Yeah.
and let's let these two
You know,
discuss a little bit.
just for the record,
Yeah.
his name is Qais in Arabic.
Yes.
Qais
Oh,
Ma'ad.
okay. Okay.
Just but I don't know if it pisses him off. I mean, we'll find out. He's gonna tell us.
Kaz, what's going on,
How you doing,
man?
man?
Hey AJ, so basically AJ تحكي عربي؟
بحكي عربي أكيد حبيبي.
خلص بنحكي عربي نطلعنا هدول.
Get out of here, man. No, the chat's
Hell yeah.
international. Yeah.
Okay, so it's my pleasure to see you, AJ. Basically, I'm driving in the highway and I stopped on the side of the road, but let me
Yeah, drive safely.
let me
Please.
yeah, I am. So let me add something. I mean, AJ, you're doing great, and
Thanks,
I
man.
appreciate as well what you're doing. The other thing, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Ryan Cohen, the move he did today with buying 10 million,
It says it. It says it all, doesn't it?
protect the base.
Mhm.
All right. So basically, because when and
Connection's
maybe I see. I hope the connection is good. Tell me if I'm good. The connection is good. You hear me?
Yeah. Sometimes we're losing you, but
Okay.
yeah, you're good right
So-
now.
Fuck.
All right. So basically, usually.
We can hear you. We can hear you, Kaz. There's just a delay.
All right, Pipi, you want to call me over the phone?
Yeah.
Call me
you
over
want
the
me to?
phone. Pipi.
All right. I'll call Kaz.
Call me over.
So AJ, while he's dialing case,
Okay.
um,
Yeah, Qais. It's like rice.
would
Over the
you
K.
and again, we're not lawyers, we're not
Hello?
financial experts in this, but Ryan Cohen's purchase in the GME of $10 million of shares today
Yeah.
tells me that that is not insider info because he may have not submitted a bid, so to speak.
Yeah.
So therefore, he can literally buy stock and then make a decision. Oops, I want to bid on this now and be the last winning bidder, so to speak.
Hello.
Yeah, I
Hey.
think he will be.
All
You know,
right.
I really think he will be. Ultimately,
So,
I agree with you completely.
I'm
Qais,
sorry I cannot hear what AJ and ABC are gonna say.
That's
But
all
I
right. Just
think
tell
the
them what
move-
you're thinking, man.
All right. So I think the move. I mean, usually when a company acquires another one, usually the acquiring company, the stock goes down. So basically, the move of Ryan Cohen today was a move ahead of what's coming. So most likely, what I see is GameStop. They're gonna acquire Bed Bath and Beyond as a whole, as AJ said, and it's happening, guys. It's happening. I see it. I mean, as AJ said, I see where we're going. I see that Ryan Cohen, he knows what he's doing, and the plan is going as he wanted. The offer that we got from the stocking horse bid is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I mean, probably even they paid more than. I mean, they paid the executives as a whole, like their salaries and the consultants. They paid more than the $21 million.
They pay more for interest on their loans.
Someone also here says, beating the Dow says Cohen pumped up the stock in anticipation of a drop if involved in a buyout.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Right. So I mean, usually when a company acquires another one, the acquiring company, the stock goes down after the announcement. So basically, hold on, let me
Here, I'll kick you out of here so it doesn't fuck.
Yeah. So the move he did today was a premature move for what's coming after the acquisition. And you remember yesterday I said Sunday is the Father's Day. So what's tomorrow? Tomorrow is Thursday and Friday. We have 2 more days, and I'm expecting a lot that we're gonna hear the good news on Sunday.
All right.
As a memory for his father, Ted Cohen.
All right. Sorry the restream, we had some lag there with you on Kaz, but appreciate you coming on, man.
So
All right, guys. Thank you so much, and thank you,
Thanks,
ABC. Thank you, AJ.
Love
care.
talking to you
Thank
guys.
you, and thank you, PP.
Yeah, you're good, man.
Take care.
So, I want to try to exit gracefully this time.
Yeah, sure.
So, Your Highness, thank you for the time that you have offered me.
Hey, you
ABC,
have been blessed,
man.
man. All right.
Thank you for your time. Take care, everyone, and stay bullish. I'm bullish. You should see reality for what it is.
Excellent.
Bye bye.
You heard it from AJ, man. Thanks for coming on the show. Take care.